Well, hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. Hope I find you well, and as you can see, today the Hornet by Watanabe. This is a Tamiya kit that was first released in 2012, and at the time was released as sort of a modern art piece, if you like, with Watanabe being I think it was a clothing designer, but was very much into radio control car racing, and designed this livery for the iconic Tamiya Hornet. And it's quite a polarizing car. Some people love it, some people hate it. Personally, I absolutely love this, and at the time we bought one of these for my daughter, which she put together and she raced and used, and yes, it's over there. We'll bring that onto the camera in a moment. And I kind of expected this kit to be released again at some point, simply because the prices were going up and up and up. One of these from 2012 in a boxed condition, unbuilt, I mean, they were reaching about £1,000. Whether they're actually selling for £1,000, I don't know, but that was the asking price on them, and they just never came up for sale. It took me nearly 2 years to get all the parts together for my copy, just because the bits just aren't for sale, and I still didn't manage to get a set of tyres for it. I eventually got a set of fronts, but I didn't get the rear ones, but we'll come to that in a moment. So yeah, I really did expect this to get re-released, and it's a little bit bittersweet, because obviously those that have collected the original, you know, have invested money in them and everything, potentially it's devalued them. Those that have built copies like myself, I mean, they're absolutely worthless now, but you can get the bits that you haven't got to complete if you need to. But the real positive of this is those that really wanted one of these and couldn't get one, whether it be because they're not for sale or purely because of the prices, can now actually have one of these great little cars. And it's just something totally different. You either love it or hate it. So the plan for today is to have a look at the two Hornets that I have built. Just talk around those for a moment. Then look around the box of this new release. Now, what I'm looking for are any differences. It doesn't matter how subtle they are. Difference between this release of today and the release back in 2012, where there's difference on the box, different on the instructions, the stickers, maybe the sprues, something that would give uniqueness still to the original Hornet. So those that are buying this new set just to have one of these and race it, it means that they've got the Hornet that they always wanted, potentially. And those that have invested a lot in the past, if there are subtle differences, then those real hardcore Tamiya collectors can still have something fairly unique in their original Hornet, if you see what I mean. Well, this is the original 2012 release. This was, as I say, my daughter's car. We bought it, my son was into radio control car racing when he was younger, and there was a, believe it or not, a radio control car club at their school. So we bought this for her, being sort of with the Dalmatian theme, for her to race at the school. They were both at the same school at that time. So yeah, it was taken to the school. It was raced. I think a lot of the racing was done with the black set of tyres rather than these pink ones, because they're still in very good condition. But you can see that, you know, the body's got scuffs and you know, showing its age, showing its wear. It's been well used, it's been enjoyed, and at the time, absolutely no regrets in letting her build it. We had no idea that it would go on to be quite a valuable car, but it served its purpose and made her very happy. She's now somewhat grown up, so I look after this for her. It has pride of place in one of the cabinets with some of the other cars, and yeah, it just gathers dust on well, on the dusty shelf. And but just to talk around the car, so I mean, you can see the wheels on here. We've got the black rims. What else was on here? I can't. It came with a Mabushi motor. You had the white springs, obviously the molded plastic on the bumper, the chassis, the gearbox, again the white springs on the rear, and then molded plastic steering arms and the buckle adjusters. Had black steering rods, and inside the front suspension, the pins inside, they were also in black. And all of these little things added up to yeah, I thought quite a nice release. So my copy, 2 years of searching for parts and paying a lot of money for some of them, actually. So I have an original moulded in chassis, an original gearbox, an original bumper and original sidebars, original springs and original uprights. Actually, I think I might have painted those uprights. Original steering arms, And then the body here is a factory finished Tamiya body, so that's absolutely in mint condition, and really does look the part on there. Now the bits I had to paint, because I couldn't get hold of them at the time, these front arms and this front part here that hold the front suspension on, just couldn't get hold of those, and I painted them in with a lavender colour. Just sprayed them up and put them on the car with the hope that one day I would get these parts. Well, you never know, with this new release I might be able to actually get those. And the tyres, now I searched high and low for the tyres, just could not get them. So in the end I painted a set of normal Hornet tyres, and there is a video on my original channel of how I mixed up the colours and how these looked. I mean, they're never going to be able to run on these because they, well, you can see they're beginning to crack already now, but they were purely for display. And fairly recently, I did manage to pick up a set of original front wheels to go on here, and I paid a silly amount of money for those. I think they were about 30 quid just on their own, not knowing that there was a re-release coming. So I do have a set of front wheels that I need to replace these with. But as I say, at the time, I quite enjoyed doing it. No regrets. I built this, searched for the parts. I can probably finish it now, even down to the fact that I got the correct motor on here. This is the Mabushi motor that was on the original release, so it's the correct motor. And I did this the best I could at the time. But as I say now, with the re-release, it's kind of worthless. But I've enjoyed having it, enjoyed building it, and yeah, no regrets at all. Well, let's have a walk around the re-release box that arrived today. Now, it's quite difficult to get it all in shot, so hopefully I've got most of it in there. But you can see this wonderful box art on here, which is you know, very kinetic with the rear wheel there, kicking up the dirt. Now, if you don't like the car, if you don't like the livery, you're not going to like the box art. But I think, you know, as this is very quite a throwback to those early 80s kind of box art, and the Hornet box art in particular. So I really do like this. At the top here, we've got the Hornet logo in the pinkish colours of the car, as you can see, and the Hornet running across here with Jan Watanabe in the top corner, and again 1/10 RC by Jan Watanabe. So on here is pretty much the same writing as you'd find on a normal Hornet box. So ready to assemble, radio controlled model kit, tough and lightweight bathtub frame, independent coil spring front suspension, rigid rear axle with oil dampers, enclosed gearbox with a differential, ribbed front tyres, spiked pattern rear tyres, and durable polycarbonate body. It says not for children under 14. And basically the paints are not included. It does also mention about the model may vary from the image on the box. Well, obviously this is artwork and not a picture. The other bit here, which is quite important, is white wheels and black tyres and colourful logo stickers are also included. So you get the full sticker sheet, you get your pink set of wheels that you can see on the box art with the black rims, but you also get included a set of running black wheels with the conventional or the normal Hornet white rims. So you get two sets of wheels in this set. And just moving the box up very slightly so you can see the dirt down the bottom here that I just mentioned. Wasn't in shot, I don't think. So I've searched long and hard around the box, and there are differences between this newly released box and that of the original Hornet. Now, trying to get the side of both boxes in the same shot just so you can see the differences. So at the end here, we've got the kind of Blockhead Motors logos either side of the writing, but the text on the two boxes is different. So this is the re-release delivered today, and it says Jan Watanabe, a versatile designer famed for his fashion work, but also active in the graphic design and product design fields. He's turned his hand to a number of collaboration models and is even known as a movie and art creator. A Tamiya fan from an early age, he remains an avid admirer of RC models and is director of Blockhead Motors, an RC car brand that has customised 1980s Tamiya models and also released stickers and apparel. And then on the original box from 2012, it says Jan Watanabe, creative director. Mr. Watanabe oversees the design department of an online fashion shopping site, Zozo Town. His wide range of work ranges from website design to branding and TV advertising. In addition to being involved in the design of collaborative fashion projects, he is also known as a movie and video creator. His distinctive use of colour has been critically acclaimed by both Japanese and international media. A Tamiya fan from an early age, he remains an avid admirer of RC cars. So, we have quite a key difference there between the re-release box and the original box. For those sort of die-hard Tamiya collectors, which are kind of, you know, I'm a little bit of that, to have the original, you know, there is a distinction between the two. It's not a direct copy that's just been re-released and put on the shelves. There are very subtle differences. Well, I say subtle, there's a big difference in the text there, but there are also subtle differences. If I just move the box over to this side. So again, this being the 2025 re-release, you can see on here just the radio control unit picked out in red and the power source picked out in red. And just to mention, obviously, you know, if you are going to build one of these kits, you're still going to need your transmitter, your radio gear, your battery, and your speed controller. I'm not sure if there's a speed controller in this re-release kit. We'll have a look in a moment. But the text underneath is pretty much the same, except for the fact that this is all in, the latest one is all in lowercase, whereas on the original box, it's all in capitals, in uppercase. And then on the original box, we got just a change around of all the symbols here. So down the bottom here you can see we've got Tamiya Europe with GmbH with a product on here, product warning down the bottom here, and the logos for do not dispose of and recycling are up on the top of this box, whereas on here they're all combined into one sort of logo down at the bottom here. And you can see also that the barcode is different on the two boxes. So there are very subtle differences between the two on this side panel. I think the rest of the box, as far as I can tell, is all identical. I'll just show you the other side of the re-release box. So we got the schematic here of the car, showing the black wheels and pink tyres, the battery pack in there, the front bumper, receiver that says it's not included, got the servo that's not included, ESC, electronic speed controller, it does say not included on there. We've got the rear damper units and the electric motor. Be interesting to see if that electric motor is the Mabushi one or one of the new Tamiya ones. And just here, this RC buggy assembly kit offers excellent handling for dynamic on-road and off-road driving. It says exactly the same as what you find on the Tamiya box that's been in production for the last 40 odd years. And just to this side we've got again the revised Hornet logo here, and just showing the front and rear suspension. Well, let's get on to the important bit, which is what's inside this new re-release. So box is pretty much laid out the same. We've got the same insert inside with Jan Watanabe and the Hornet on here, and I love the way this curves around and sort of encompasses what's in the kit. Well, let's go through what's inside the kit. So we've got two sets of tyres. We've got the black tyres there for road running, and then we've got the pink tyres for putting on display. My tyre's got a little bit of a dent in that one. Maybe it's just where it's been sitting. But yeah, a couple of flats on there that need to be pushed out and worked a little bit. So yeah, nice set of tyres on there. And hopefully these are going to be available as a spare, and I can replace a set on both of my cars, but you never know. Then we've got the body. We've got a standard Hornet rear wing there, and the standard body for the Hornet. Now what's interesting with this is it's marked with the 2004 copyright stamp, and what I was expecting to see was the Hornet Evo body, which does have some very subtle lines marked into the body, because the suspension is it's a little bit different at the front and around on this rear corner. But yeah, they're not apparent on here. So the Hornet Evo was either a new tool or actually possibly even an insert, because I can see a line across the back there. So probably a little insert that they put inside the vacuum mold tool for the Hornet or Hornet Evo. Now when I did my review on the Hornet Evo, I did say that potential was that you know, going to replace all of the Hornet bodies, so that the Hornet body fitted both the Evo and the standard Hornet. Going forward, it's one set of spares, but it does look like, you know, they are producing the original Hornet bodies without these extra marks on there, so that's quite interesting. In here we have the standard Hornet driver that comes with the buggy for many years, that you can paint up how you like. And then we've got a moulded in purple battery tray and sidebars, so they're unique to this kit, moulded in purple. Obviously the moulding's exactly the same as the standard Tamiya, but just moulded in purple on this kit. And then we've got the rear, basically the rear body mounts, the rear suspension mounts here, and then the top and the bottom of the rear shocks are on here. There's the front body mount, again all moulded in purple. We've got a purple moulded bathtub chassis, again exactly the same as the standard Hornet, but just moulded in purple and in ABS, just seeing what it says on there. We've got two sets of rims, so we've got our white rims there and our black rims there. So the white rims are for your running and put on your black tyres, and then your black rims there put on your purple tyres, so you can have the full livery of the Watanabe Hornet. In here, standard servo saber. This is the sprue that I didn't manage to get from my copy, with the front A-frames and the suspension components on there. That's the one bit I was actually missing for my Hornet. We've got the gearbox casing, again moulded in purple, as you can see. And then an accessories part bag. Let's slide this open. Let's see what we've got inside. So, in terms of, I'll just lift this out, put that to one side for a moment. I do want this to all go back in the box. Now the motor is slightly different. It does say genuine Tamiya motor on here, and it does have a Mabusi motor sticker on the side, but the original release had a circular sticker on the motor. So there is a very subtle difference on the motor there. In terms of the screw bags, we've got the adjusters are moulded in pink. We've got the black control arm there, so that's all anodised in black. And there's the body pins and the grease. Got a moulded purple front bumper, plastic cogs there that they're just standard Hornet cogs. We've got standard bearings, no roller bearings in this. If I ever build this kit, I will replace those with roller bearings. I will do that in all my kits. In here you can see the white painted springs, and you can see in the bag here the pink steering arms with the anodised running shaft and anodised gearbox shafts there. Now it does look like the suspension housing is very slightly different. Let me just go back to the original, because I need to check that. No, I think these are just corroded with age, just looking at those. It is a polished aluminium damper housing, it's just that with the age of that Hornet they've got a little bit of corrosion on them, so that's exactly the same. And just having a look in the bottom of the bag here. Interesting, the nuts that are in here, the wheel nuts, they're silver. Now I do believe on the original one, it did come with these anodised wheel nuts. Those are definitely silver ones on there, so there's another change there. Doesn't have the original wheel nuts. Oh, tell a lie, look, there they are. They're in this bag. So yeah, I don't know if that's obviously off the suspension, I think. Yeah, sorry, muddled up there. So it has got the anodised wheel nuts, and it has got the black anodised front shaft on screw bag C, screw bag A, standard fittings here, but they are black anodised fittings, unlike the original Hornet, which was silver. So I should have mentioned that I did actually buy black anodised for my copy. And you'll see again, screw bag B, all anodised in black, the screw fittings, and finally screw bag D there with some of the little shafts and things that you need for the gearbox. And there are the fittings for the wheels. Now there doesn't seem to be enough screws in there for doing both sets of wheels. Yeah, there's definitely not enough small screws and nuts in there for doing both sets of wheels. And I can't see... there's a second set in here. So you have got two sets of... so you can build up both sets of wheels if you want to. There's enough screws in both. So that's all the screw bags. So there is a change in the motor. Very subtle though. Now the instruction books, there are very subtle differences. So this is the original one from 2012, and you can see the number on here is 11052865. This one has exactly the same number, but is up suffixed with a 001 on here. So this one is from the re-release kit that came out today. Now I've studied through these, and the differences are so subtle. So there are a couple of little things. So the way this bit in the middle here, which says for Japan use only, is subtly different. The website address used to have a customer CS_top HTTP on there, and now it just says customer, and just the format is just very slightly different. And then the only other difference that I can find, and yeah, I've studied this so you don't have to kind of thing, is in terms of the part number for the Z parts. So this part number on the original was 102250001, and then we've got a new part number here which is 54626. So I'm guessing, although the schematics look the same, the parts look the same, I'm guessing it's been retooled at some point. So exactly the same component, looks the same, schematic's the same, it's just a different part number. Apart from that, when I've looked through, I can't see anything else in here. Maybe there's some spelling corrections, or some of the you know, the text in Japanese is different. But yeah, I've studied it, I can't see anything else in here. But definitely, again, very subtle, and one for the absolute Tamiya collectors is, you know, the original instructions were not up suffixed to 001. Well, here we have the sticker sheet from the re-release. Here we have a sticker sheet from 2014. They are identical, absolutely identical. Same part numbers on the base here, same text, same font, same printing. So sticker sheets are absolutely the same. I've been holding off actually, because I bought this sticker sheet to do a new body for my daughter's one. I was going to do that on the channel, but I was holding off to see if, you know, the copyright or anything had changed on the sticker sheets. But they're exactly the same, so I can now go ahead, I believe I can go ahead and yeah, just use this one. Still got the same copyright 2012 on it. This one's copyright 2012. So the fact that they're identical, I don't want this sitting on the shelf for years and years, because the stickers will go off. So I'm going to use this and yeah, do a new body for the for my daughter's one, so keep it nice. And then finally, in the bottom of the box here, just the normal important information regarding this kit, which is be careful, sharp edges, all the usual bits and pieces. And that's everything in the re-release box. So there is one key thing that's actually missing, and that's the limited edition certificate. So I'm just going to keep my thumbs across these so that it can't be copied. So limited release certificate. This Tamiya Hornet was commissioned in 2012 by the Japanese designer Jan Watanabe as a limited release design of the iconic RC Hornet. This kit is one of only 240 pieces that have been allocated by Tamiya to meet demand for UK collectors. So yeah, the original Hornet did come with this limited edition certificate, which quite clearly this re-release doesn't have. Well, there are some subtle differences between the 2012 original release and this 2025 re-release of the Jan Watanabe Hornet. Are they enough to keep sort of the real hardcore Tamiya collectors happy? I don't know, I would have thought so. Well, when it was announced that the car was being re-released, yeah, I was quite cynical. I saw it as a money grab by Tamiya. These were fetching very high residuals, and yeah, I thought to myself, well, there you go, Tamiya jumping on the bandwagon, re-releasing the car that's fetching a lot of money. Actually, you know, with hindsight and looking at the differences, what they've actually done, I think, is potentially appeased everybody, which is really good. So subtle differences. We've got a subtle difference in the motor, we've got a subtle difference on the box, got enough up suffix of the instructions, and being released without that original certificate kind of appeases those collectors that have got an original 2012 release. You've then got this new release which allows those of us with copies and wanting to run them to potentially get hold of some spares, but also allows a whole new market to those that love this livery and want one of these cars. So it appeases those people, and they can now get a Hornet for, you know, it's a little bit more than the base Hornet, but you do get another set of wheels in there and things. So you know, really big unique sticker sheet. Pretty, although it's a little bit more expensive, it is something different, but it allows those to be made, and it allows people to get the spares for the cars that they want to run. So all round, I don't think it's a bad thing, and I'm actually quite pleased to see that there are some subtle differences between this new release and the original one as well. So there you go, that arrived today, so I thought I'd share it with you and do a sort of comparison with the original. I mean, for me, still one of my favourite cars in my collection. Love my copy of it, and this one's my daughter's one, so yeah, very lucky to have the two of them on display. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and do check out the channel. There's lots on there, and if you can subscribe, I'd be really grateful. And why not jump across to Dusty Shelf Collectibles and have a look on there. There's lots of videos on there, everything from model railways to roller coasters, and there's also a few of the earlier radio control car videos on there that might be of interest. And again, if you can subscribe to that channel as well, I'll be very, very grateful. And with that, I'm going to wrap this one up and just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.